refreshing smell of the Gulf breeze early in the morning, the sound of gulls as they chase fishing boats down the channel, the orange and red colors of the sunrise over the marsh. Cameron Parish is a uniquely wonderful and beautiful place to grow up and live. But after being devastated by 2 hurricanes in the past 5 years, Cameron Parish residents have had to cope with many violent changes to this quiet coastal community. Loss of homes, public businesses, and buildings, along with the changes in landscape and scenery, have altered goals and aspirations for many residents of Cameron Parish. But in an effort to create a sense of hope for our future as a part of this geographical treasure, the Cameron Parish 4-H junior leaders have teamed with the Louisiana Fur and Wildlife Festival Board and senior residents to collect memories describing the yearly event, the Louisiana Fur and Wildlife Festival. After interviewing with several senior residents about the festival, we have decided to make a video scrapbook of the memories and history to present the culture that makes this parish unique. We hope that this documentary will reignite our heritage so that we may continue, and our youth may continue, to carry on the wonderful tradition of the festival that makes Cameron the beautiful community that it really is. We present this to you because we believe a look at our past gives hope for our future.
It brings the people in here. It brings a lot of people buy oysters, buy shrimp, everything. It brings it in here. You'd be surprised. In Wyoming, Tennessee, Utah, they come from all over the world to come to this festival.
The idea first came to him from Alvin Dyson, who was the state representative for Cameron Parish. Mr. Dyson alerted my dad one day that there was some federal money that was available for festivals, and that throughout Louisiana there were all sorts of agricultural festivals, peach festival, pecan festival, and so forth. And we didn't have anything to celebrate the resources we had, so he came up with the idea of a fur festival, and then he expanded. Initially it was going to be just the fur festival, but since duck hunting was so important, he expanded the name to have fur and whatever the name finally came to be, to include hunting and fishing and things like that. And to obtain the funds, he contacted the congressman for Southwest Louisiana. At the time, was a man named T.A. Thompson. Mr. Thompson was from Ville Platte, Louisiana, which coincidentally was where my father was from and where I was born. And he was good friends with T.A. So Congressman Thompson said, "Oh yeah, we can get you that grant right away." And it thrilled Thompson because right across from Washington, D.C. Is the state of Maryland, which had something called the Eastern Shore. It's very much like Cameron Parish. It was full of marsh, grasses, marshlands, and had a good trapping industry. And they had something called the Outdoor Festival. Cambridge, Maryland was where it was centered. And they were proud of having these men who could skin muskrats in record time. And T.A. Thompson said, "I'll bet you there's some Cameron fellows that can compete." So we had the first fur festival in Cameron, and I hope I'm right on my year, but I think it was 1956. Could have been 55, but I think it was 56. And the winner of the contest was a man named Léon Hébert from Ville Chenier. Mr. Léon was not a young man, he was over 50, but he flew to Cambridge, Maryland with a little delegation and came back with #1 prize. And so after that, we had several champs from Cameron compete in the Cambridge Outdoor Festival. The one I remember right now that I think that was several years in a row was J.A. Miller, was particularly adept. While they were there, they realized there was a beauty contest that went along with the Cambridge Festival, so I think it was not until the second year that they instituted a beauty contest with the Fur Festival. So that became part of the festival.
Well, this was our second year that I ran the first year. The first year they were starting out, any girl that one wanted to participate could. So there was, all of us went up there, and it was the beginning. And came out second. I was second as the parish queen. Then the next year, I don't know if they had already decided, several girls from each school could go, is the way they did it. And I went from the Grand Lakes School and entered. Just wanted to enter. It was something, everybody had watched Miss America and all of that, and this was really something nice and big, so we enjoyed it. Just wanted to be in it. Well, that picture was taken at the Mardi Gras ball. All of the Louisiana queens went to this ball, and we met. Richard Nixon was the guest there, and we all had to curtsy to him. It was a real honor. It was really nice. That was very, very impressive. It really made an impression on this little ranchinier girl and the rice farmer's daughter. It was something else. It was really nice. You want something that draws your people together and promote your industries and how your people live and what they do, and this is one thing that does that.
The festival has given national and even world recognition to the Parish of Cameron. Our queen goes to the Mardi Gras ball in Washington, D.C. every year. Well, one of our queen, the Fur Festival queen, most of the time Miss Cameron Parish wins, she gets to go. We're, I think, one of the top festivals in the nation. We're right up there in the state of Louisiana. People just love to come down and watch our parade. It's a parade like you see nowhere else, And they just like to come down and see the fishing, the trapping and the skinning and all that. And it just has brought about a lot of recognition to Cameron Parish. Back before Hurricane Rita, it was important because we have 8 industries that we honor, like the rice and the cattle and the trapping and all that. And then all of a sudden things started eroding and going away, and there's hardly any rice planted in Cameron Parish anymore. Because of the hurricanes, the cattle industry is very poor. The trapping is almost non-existent now. We had 3 or 4 poultry plants at one time. Now we only have 1. And we used to have 8 or 10 shrimp shops. Now we only have 1 or 2 if we have any. And very few people have shrimp boats anymore. So I don't know what's going to happen. We're trying real hard to keep it going. But as far as all the industries that we were using to promote our Fur Festival, a lot of those are gone. So, and a lot of the people who did all of this are gone now too. And it's up to new people to come in, and they're going to have to come up with some new ideas to make this work. Mainly, we were in the skinning, muskrat skinning, and the nutria skinning and stuff like that, and skeet shooting and trap setting and all that good stuff. It was real good. My daughter wound up being the ladies' world champion 4 times. She won it when she was 12 years old. The good part about it, we were skinning in Maryland, and she had to skin 3 muskrats. She got through skinning her 3 muskrats, walked off the stage, washed her hands, dried off, come back out on the stage, and watched the second place finisher finish up. That's how far she beat him. My oldest boy, Ben, won the junior muskrat skinning. My other boy, Yancey, won 2 or 3 world titles in Maryland, and I think I won more. I was a world champion nutria skinner at one time. that's what we did mainly, and then everyone got into all of the other stuff like the shooting and the outdoor stuff. You know. We used to have a parade, and they had like Miss Grand Chenier, Miss Creole, Miss Carolyn, Miss Johnson, and that's who ran for Miss Cameron Parish. And for the parade, they had convertibles back then. They had Ford convertibles, Chevrolet convertibles, all of that. And I had one that I got from the Ford company in Lake Charles. And I carried Miss Hackberry, or one of the Miss Hackberry contestants who was my wife.